Greetings, my wicked darlings. For tonight's tale, I'd like you to join me, Jerry and Alison, on a romantic date. We're going to have a little wine, some cheese, soft jazz, and of course my personal favourite, death. Tonight's tormented tale comes fresh from Tales of the Macabre, Volume 3, currently available for pre-order at just 99 cents, or pence if you're British. In November the 11th, it will go up to its full price, so get it whilst it's on sale, pre-order sale. The Black Widow, 14th of February, 2015, the West End, London. The restaurant was beautiful, an old French bistro in Soho. Alison had spent ages researching it online so that she and her boyfriend Jerry could dine in luxury. The linen cloths, etched wine glassware, and thick, white candles set the scene magnificently. In the background, lilting music played. She was wearing his favourite dress, a backless red number that she'd worn the day he'd asked her out. The memory caused her to smile. They took a seat in the corner table by the window. The waiter took their order and brought them 2 glasses of champagne. It was cold and bubbly. Perfect. Alison looked at Jerry and beamed at him. He looked back, looking tired. He'd come straight from work, still in his suit and tie. Or at least that was what he claimed. They'd not been finding things easy between them for the past few months. They rarely had sex anymore. He was never home, and when he was exhausted. Jerry always looked at his phone during dinner, an unusual habit for him. "It's been a long day, hasn't it?" he said. "You work too hard," Alison replied, reaching for the free bread. Jerry was checking his phone, even in a restaurant like this. "Could you leave the phone, just for one meal?" Alison said. "I want this to be a perfect day. Please, just for once." Jerry put the phone away without complaint. The starters arrived, smoked salmon for Jerry, and a veal pâté for herself. She looked closely at him. Does he know? I know? Stop it, she berated herself. One perfect date. Don't ruin it. Jerry was her life. She'd dedicated the last 6 years to him, catering to his every need, hoping that one day they'd have children, get married, buy their own house. Jerry finished chewing on a piece of smoked salmon. The waiter came back to check on them, and they ordered 2 main courses. As they settled into their meal, Alison felt a sense of sadness, like something was slipping away from her. She focused hard on Jerry. She'd promised herself that she wouldn't ruin tonight. Jerry looked up at her, his eyes twinkling. She smiled back. "So, how was your day?" she asked politely. "Anything exciting?" "Just the usual," Jerry replied. "How was your yoga class?" "Excruciating. My body just doesn't flex that way. I wish it would. The other girls in the group all look amazing." Jerry looked up from the last remnants of his smoked salmon. "I think you look amazing. I wouldn't want you any other way." "Really? Then why am I climbing into bed alone each night?" "I always want to look the best for my man." She cringed as she said it. "You're too needy. You always have been." "I think you look $1 million. He beamed at her. "How do you do it? How do you look so loving? Do you look like this with your other woman? Or is it women? Is it a man?" The waiter collected their empty plates. "Are you ready for your main course?" The meal seemed endless. Neither of them managed to finish the heaped plates. As soon as the waiter left, Jerry's phone went off. He tapped the button to silence it. I'm sorry, I'll turn it off." with the rest of the food arriving, he was wheezing. "I'm so nervous. My heart is pounding." He smiled at her. "This is all happening too quickly." Alison could feel her own heart pounding in her chest. "Alison, I wanted to tell you something. I haven't been 100% honest," Jerry started. "Don't," Alison interrupted. "This is a beautiful restaurant. Please, don't say anything that will ruin it." Jerry pulled out a jewellery box. "I was going to wait until your birthday to propose, but when you booked this place, I knew it had to be here and now." Jerry went down on one knee. "I've been working a second job to pay for the ring." He opened it up. It was magnificent. A large diamond set in a platinum ring. He rubbed at his chest. I'm sorry, I think I have indigestion." Alison burst into tears. Drool ran out of the side of her face, horror etched upon it. "He isn't having an affair. He wasn't going to leave me." Screams echoed around the restaurant and called for an ambulance. "I'm so sorry. I couldn't bear to live without you. I thought you were leaving me. I just wanted one last perfect date." Her paralysed face mangled her voice as she tried to explain to her beloved, now lying on the floor. She took one last lingering look at the poisoned champagne flutes as she too collapsed. Death wrapped them both in a black shroud as she cursed her paranoia. Well, that date didn't go so well. I wonder how the rest of the stories go in the book. Buy it now. Find out.